So for the absent folks or anyone who's not listening, what's the difference between internal or external versus internal identity, Miss?
External, we started external identity with the self-portrait we were working on until like very recently. So like the way we look, so like looking at a photo of yourself, like what do you look like, what's your race, what's your height, like your age, your name, like what is like on the outside of you that people see. So that can lead to, like on the box there it says assumptions, so like what assumptions people might make about you. That's kind of like something that we all do. It's like human judgment. We look at someone and we start to make judgments based on their external self rather than looking at their internal self.
Miss, hold up. So like looking at this past example, how in your mind, how does the left represent like the problem with external identity? Like the problem with having an either or kind of way of perceiving people?
The artists like use like black and white to separate, like they painted their box and just like put a line, like there's no gray, everyone sees like black or white.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the inside it's more complicated.
Mm-hmm. So what should kids be thinking about when they think about what objects plural, guys, to gather? What should they be thinking about?
They can bring in or like use anything. It's going to be found objects that you like, materials you already have at home, so like memories, like Mr. Rivera showed us his memories of his photos, and Miss also like had memories in her ring that she showed you all. So like that's part of your story, like your history, and that could be like your family or your friends, your story, and thoughts or ideas or beliefs that you have, and things, even like things that you've struggled with, like what's something you've been through, what's a loss you've experienced or wounds you have, what are your passions, like music, like what's your favorite kind of music, what lyric inspires you, and emotions, hopes, dreams, fears, like what's true to you. And you can connect that back to the heart map you all made.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Rivera, can I put you on the spot? What are some other things you think you would put inside of your identity box? Because I know everyone here loves you, and you're like star power too. What would you put in?
I have a couple things right here. Actually, I would do something like art related, like this little Bob Ross bobblehead I got.
Oh,
Because I think it like puts a lot of what I like about art into one. If you've ever seen him, he's really cool. I mean, if you haven't seen him, yes, an incredible person. Is I completely agree. He's very like soothing and inspirational, and he's all about like anybody can do art as long as there's like a like wanting to, you know. I would also put something that I'm really into music, so I would put like, I don't know, a guitar string or something, or like a pick. I already said family. My animals are really important in my life too. So like I have like an old collar or something that I could put on them. Um, I don't like it. I feel like it's a struggle, but school is really like a big part in my life. And I know that you all can really identify with me when I say like it's hard, you know. But I would have something school related because even if you love it or if you hate it, there's no denying that it's like a big part of your life. You know what I mean? So maybe like I would tear a page out from a book that I hate, like my math book, because I hate math. Well, I'm so glad I don't have to take math anymore. Um, but and I would put it like maybe paste it on the back wall. You know, there's like so many things, and also keep in mind like don't just think of the positive things that make your life what it is. You know, like the negative things make up who you are as well. So that's why I mentioned school, because like it's a big obstacle for me and a big struggle. But like acknowledging those struggles make you who you are, you know, and that's something that's really um, unique to everybody, you know, because everybody deals with things and goes through different things.
yeah. And I wouldn't like, edit like what you put in. Like that's kind of like the whole idea of the project. You want to be honest. You want to be truthful. Like the fact that I grew up without a mom, like that is huge. That would be in the center of my box. You could also start to think about things like focal points, like what would be large, what would be big, what would be small. I just want to like to bring it back full circle to this slide, external identity. You know, we probably have stories of trauma, of times when people made assumptions about us based on how we look. I'll never forget, like there was a teacher who used to work here, and he would always tell this story about how when he would walk around Beverly Hills, you know, and he would wear really nice, he was like wearing really nice clothes, but he would get approached by people who lived in Beverly Hills and people like asking, are you here to steal a car? Because his skin was like a darker color. And I just have to say, like, that kind of stuff happens in our world. And who we are on the outside, that's like 1% or less of our genetic makeup. This, the fact that we judge each other like in this black and white either or this person is the other, this is everything that's wrong about our world. This is what makes our world racist. So back to your original discussion, the world could be better if more people made identity boxes and opened their hearts and even knew themselves. Even knowing yourself is the beginning of wisdom. You may not know what's in your identity box. You're going to discover, you're going to think of new things. Like Giovanni said, is there a limit? No. This assignment is about discovering who you are. So really, really, really go for it. Does anyone have any